I would go to school, start out in the morning and go to school, and then probably around second, third, maybe fourth hour. It would usually last till fourth hour that I'd stay in school, and that's because either I'd use so much the night before, I'd drink so much the night before that I'd wake up and I'd still be intoxicated or high, and so I'd just go to school and, and I'd just sit there, and usually I'd end up passing out on my desk in every single class, and I pretty much failed my whole ninth grade year. It really hurt to see my mom drink, and to see that was the first thing she did when she came home from work would go change and go straight to the liquor store, and or even sometimes even right as she got out of work, and not even get into the door and already have that first beer cracked open and start drinking. And it was hard to see when I was up there actually sober for once.
I was quite a heavy drinker for a long time, and then found out I was going to have a baby, and so I quit, and I was able to be sober for 13 years. But then I had this really big, huge thought in my head that, I could have a couple here and a couple there, and no, it just didn't turn out that way. It turned out that I was drinking every single day. It was so encompassing in my life.
I know that my family was really hurt to see me doing it because I'd be lying and stealing money and just not coming home for weeks straight. And when I would come home, it would be to take a shower, change clothes, and pack another bag for forever how long I planned to be gone. And I never knew for my own self, how long that I was going to be gone. It could be weeks to a few days to even close to a month that I was gone, and nobody knew where I was, and I wouldn't tell anybody when I was leaving or where I was going.
You tend to forget what really matters when you're using, that just becomes such a priority, and you go out and you just don't think.
At first, I truthfully really didn't care about what other people thought about me. I thought that, it's my own choices, I can do what I want. And sooner or later down the road, I just started frowning upon it towards myself, and noticed the changes that I was making and the bad behaviors that using was leading me to, and the less people I started to care, and the less care that I had in the world, and the less care that I even had for myself. It really, now that I look back at when I was using and stuff, it just makes me really think of all the bad decisions I made and all the risks that I take and how much I actually risked my life. I used to live up in Minneapolis. One of my old girlfriend's moms brought him home on our 5-month anniversary and handed me a box and said, here's your guys' present, and opened it up, heard whining in it, and he jumped out of it. Just a little thing about that long, that wide. And, he's due to have his second litter of puppies in August, and he's about 3 or 4 years old now. I'm working my hardest to stay clean because I don't want to go back down the path that I was at, because I know that it's going to lead me into more legal troubles and more bad decisions and possibly even harder drugs.
I'm very proud of you, you know that. And I really appreciate it when you go to your meetings, when you say you're going to go. Mm-hmm. I like going with you too, you know that. I just think it's so important that you understand that I know what a struggle it is too.
Yeah. I know that if I stay going to meetings and stay around the people that I'm hanging out with and, stay in contact with my family and stuff like that, and not lose contact again with my family, that everything should be good.